This is the Flamingos podcast. This is YAD.
And Awab.
Yo, it feels different. What the? I was literally waiting for him. But yo, all right. Okay. This is the Flamingos podcast -1. This is YAD.
And Awab.
Yes. In Kenzie on a mic. But yeah, it's whatever. Hey, anyway. It's a brand new week. A brand new episode of the Flamingos podcast. This is episode number
49.
49. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I was trying to look for it. But yeah, this is episode number 49 from the Flamingos podcast. It's a brand new week, and I hope everybody had a good week. A good last week. And it is what it is. Kenzie, I asked him for the tag. He ran away. He didn't show up this episode.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to come for personal reasons.
Exactly. Personal reasons.
Tag is not ready. That's a personal reason.
No.
Yes,
I found it.
It's Awab, baby.
Let it breathe. No, like that.
Flamingo podcast, man. That's the shit. Let's go.
Screaman, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, that's good. Sound. See, the mic is not centered. I'm not gonna say it. It's not centered.
So it's not clear?
Yeah, no, it's clear. Thank you very much. I just wanted to do a sound check. Thank you very much. So, how you doing, Awab?
Pretty good, man.
How was your week?
Work
struggles? No.
No work. No work. That's good. On the weekend, I was out with the Screen Man. He pulled his phone out of nowhere. He was like, "So, how was your week?"
Oh, so he recorded.
He recorded me saying,
Screen Man, listen.
I was home not doing
You
shit.
can't listen. If you're paving a way for that by any day, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to put it from now that you're never going to sit in front of the camera. All right, I'm just letting you know.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not trying.
Don't
to
go around and ask people how you doing and stop pulling the camera and stuff. Hey, that's why I have to copyright stuff in this podcast. No, don't do moves. I don't care.
We don't want to see your cracked up ankles or your weird ass.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of lotion? No.
It's alright.
Bro, it's cold out there. You're gonna stay moisturized, You don't.
You can't be talking shit and not let him talk back.
I gave him the chance to. Here you go. Nothing to say, huh?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you very much. But yeah, you on the screen, man. He pulled the screen. He's trying to be funny. Big time, huh?
Yeah, he's trying to catch me lying though. But yeah, my the week was pretty relaxed. Came through.
Where did you
on,
relax this week?
I'm coming. I'm going.
Okay.
Straight. Wait. Since Kenzi's not here, I gotta say what I did. On Thursday, I stayed home. I didn't really go out.
We going day by day. Let's go.
But on Friday, me and Screen Man and a bunch of friends went to YAS, Stars and Bars.
Okay.
It was actually pretty chill, and the night started is not as so around 7:30. No, it was pretty nice in YAS. It's the first time I go to YAS since quarantine. Quarantine. It's been almost a year now.
Did they close those things now again?
When I went on Friday, no, it was pretty cool. I mean, people were seated, social distancing was maintained, and all that, and DJ was playing nice music and all.
So, but yeah, this is the thing that when did this come out? It was today, right?
It came out today, and yeah, it actually came out on Sunday. So you guys caught up the last. Yeah,
we
we were the last of the lucky ones, but since then, the stuff, the rules and all that came out, they're probably following in with the numbers and what's been happening with the COVID cases lately. But they've decreased the capacity in shopping malls, gyms, and most places where people gather. They even closed up cinemas.
Yeah.
They limited
that's
social
in Abu
events.
Dhabi. All of that, that's just in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Dubai already last week.
They already did that last week, but Abu Dhabi's following in it.
Yeah.
They limited what's it called, gatherings to or like actual crucial family events, like engagements or weddings to 10 people, funerals to 20. So they're taking a step back to ensure the safety of people, basically.
You know, this is the thing that it makes us like, okay, let me speak about myself, that I'm really proud to be living over here.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Because, see, look, from the start, they took this really seriously, right?
And they still are.
And they're still
it's
taking
still,
it. Like, I believe UAE is one of the most countries that are really taking these measurements seriously. And the people are actually, you know, following those rules and all, you know.
That's true.
But what is it called? And it's something that keeps people feeling safe, you know, over here. And this makes me happy. Like, you know what? They're closing down. They're making minimal, you know, numbers of people that can attend to spaces. And I'm not sad or worried about that.
That raises a question to me, though. Do you feel like we're going to have quarantine back again?
Lockdown too?
Lockdown too? And it wasn't really a lockdown if you think about it.
It was.
It was
The
like
first lockdown?
It was like a 7 p.m. curfew.
Yeah.
It was a curfew. It wasn't a lockdown.
But also places weren't
Yeah,
people
essential.
were not
It
going
was essential
places.
services.
Exactly.
Supermarkets and all that.
So
yeah.
it was, you know, somehow of a lockdown, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't, even in the morning, you wouldn't see people as much going outside unless they're going to work or really go to supermarkets to get their stuff.
That's true.
But,
Do you feel we're
think
coming up to that?
I don't think so. I
Why?
don't think there is. Because they saw that people, and first, when they set certain rules and regulations, they're following them. So I think somehow they're sure that now they set this up, that 60% for hotels, I don't know how many percentage for everywhere, people are still going to stick to that.
Okay.
So numbers are not going to increase by those measurements that they're taking now. To the point where they would have to do a lockdown again. And other than that, a lot of big numbers of people are right now taking the vaccines.
Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to point
Exactly.
out too. Yeah.
So I don't see we're going, and this is only in UAE. I'm talking about only in UAE because countries around the world, they're not really taking those measurements seriously.
But also,
But not people. Sorry, not governments. I'm talking about people.
Yeah.
Because look at UK. They had to lock down literally.
But also because a lot of people were having anti-mask protests or whatever. It is,
Exactly.
right? But like, for example, like on Friday, and it was our first time, like generally a year that we've been to YAS, right? And honestly, the second we sat down, if any one of us would get up, they would be like, okay, yeah, please be aware of whatever you're doing, where you're going.
You have to be seated again.
Wear your mask again.
No,
Don't
and-
make any unnecessary movements, you know?
And we were actually a group. Like we were two separate tables. And they one time I got up from a table and went to the other table, and I forgot to take my mask with me or to put on my mask. The security actually came and talked to me, told me if you're moving from
Table
like
to table.
even in the
Even
same
removing-
venue,
yeah.
if you're moving from one table to the other, and it's like 3 meters away or 4 meters
It
away,
was outdoors too.
yeah, you need to wear your mask.
That's something crazy. See, this is why I'm telling you. I don't think that is another lockdown.
Yeah,
that would
hopefully.
happen over here.
Hopefully, I think the biggest factor is the vaccine.
Yeah, it's
That's-
one of the biggest things.
that'll be playing part, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a good thing. I don't think this is bad. Actually, they saw a couple numbers are increasing. Hey, you know what?
I honestly don't mind if we're gonna have another lockdown.
You don't mind that?
I don't mind it. I don't mind
You
it.
enjoyed the
at
lockdown
all.
life,
They
huh?
just need to keep the gym open, man.
I had a very messy week or weekend. I don't know, man. Why the past keep hunting me? That's it. Something from the past that came back to my life, and I was like, "Whoa!" I wasn't ready for that, you know.
Okay.
And I was like, "Whoa, okay. What should I do? How should it be?"
What was it?
Just something from the past.
Oh, that's very
That-
informative. Thank you for your
Exactly.
information. Okay.
No, it's not that, but it's just something that, you know, I don't know that happened in my past, and I moved on, and it just came back again. Like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know?
So it's
And I
someone.
wasn't ready. Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And I wasn't ready, and I was like, what the, you know?
Okay. And okay. So what I'm assuming from what you're saying is that someone from your past showed up, and a situation that occurred with this someone
Yeah.
was brought up in the meeting that happened,
Not really.
which made it awkward.
No, I didn't meet this person in a very long time.
So you
And it
just met
had-
them.
Exactly.
But what was the problem? Why was it weird?
Because it's been 6 years. We didn't talk.
And
All of a sudden,
did you
we're
guys
talking.
meet like coincidentally, or was
No.
it?
That's the thing.
Hmm.
But let's leave it out there. That's why this week was kind of weird to me.
Okay,
You know, it's the whole vibe.
that makes sense.
Exactly. You
That
know.
makes sense.
But yeah, what are we to be surprised to what's happening? Anyway, this is life. It takes a course.
Whatever you just said. That's.
But yeah, what topics do we have today?
I swear to God, we have the weirdest lineup today. There's diamonds in people's foreheads,
bro.
glue. I
Yeah,
don't know, bro.
You know what?
What do you want to start with? What do you want to start with?
Screamer was pushing us to talk about this, but you've seen. Listen, I'm gonna be opening the mic for you in this one. All right, so you can have your take also about the girl that glued her hair. No, listen. Say whatever shit that you want to say because
Yo.
you literally forced us to put this in.
You see, you know the problem with this is that we don't want to seem like we're laughing at people's pain.
Exactly. You
But
know?
but it's really
But it's
funny
just-
though. Like there is a funny
Screaming.
side to
Update us
this.
with what happened with that lady.
So a quick brief about whatever happened. So this girl just wanted to basically put gel on her hair just to have the edges out, just to be ready for a night out and all of that. And she was looking for a certain way to actually keep the edges and her hair laid out for the entire week or whatever.
People need to see the video.
So
to
people need to
understand
actually
what-
see the video to get how funny this is, right? So she was like, you know what? This is not working out for me. Let me use this other brand, which is Gorilla Gel something, right?
It's Gorilla Glue, yeah.
Yo,
Gorilla
what's
Glue.
written on the pack?
I have no
It's
idea.
actually called Gorilla Glue.
It's called Gorilla Glue.
It's actually called Gorilla Glue, and it even has like a logo of the gorilla himself. Whatever.
Then why the fuck would she put something
No, but
that's
it's a
written
hair
on
product. It's actually a hair
it?
product.
Is it a hair product?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I'm not. I have too many questions that I can't ask.
But moving on, it just shows you how committed this woman was to actually have her hair laid out
Midway in the video.
For all we
You
know,
know-
she could have had a very important night out.
You know what I took out of this? You saw the clip with her using the shampoo to try to show that
was
it's
the
not
funniest bit.
that
That
it's
was
not
the
working.
funniest bit.
What I got out of all this issue is that that's some good ass shampoo. Because
Why?
even with all these problems and the fact that she didn't use soap and no, she just put the shampoo and
She didn't even put water.
she didn't put water.
You mean
She just
this?
wiped it down.
The Gorilla product?
No, after
after this?
yeah, she
Okay.
was just trying to show that it's not going off even with shampoo.
Oh, okay.
So she put the shampoo and she wiped it off with a handkerchief, with a towel.
or whatever.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
The hair just got shinier.
Oh, so the
That's it.
shampoo helped.
Yeah.
I think it's the scalpel was shining. I'm not mistaken. And like midway, she was like, "Look, my head is shining, right?"
She's trying to make feel
I had to-
herself better.
I had to rewind the video. I'm like, is that Pantene? What is she using?
It was honestly hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we got this off the way. But yeah, on other news, we have Jeff Bezos.
No. Hold on.
What?
Because I want to talk about some other dumb shit that happened. You heard about the Lil Uzi putting
Of course, 100%. Who didn't during the
the
past
vision
week?
vision from the Avengers up there?
Yeah. What do you think of this? Would
I don't
ever
know,
put
bro.
Would you?
It's a very weird piece of news to me, to be honest.
I mean,
The fact
having
that-
a diamond, and you know what's the problem? You know what's the biggest issue in all of this? It's not in the center of his head.
Yeah.
Forehead.
I mean, that's
It's not. Look at it.
that's annoying too.
It's closer to
not-
the right eyebrow.
Yeah. I mean, you paid 24 million and
And he had it implanted, and it's not even in the center.
like مسطرة بس جيب لك مسطرة.
I just
Bro.
don't know if the whole thing was painful or not.
Of course it was.
No, I'm sure it was. I'm sure, but I'm also sure he was in a state
Would you
where he
ever
doesn't
do
feel
it?
pain.
I don't know. No, you wouldn't. I'm not even gonna ask a dumbass question like
Yeah.
that. But 24 million, bro.
That's the diamond's price, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yo, I don't think Lil Uzi will live
I don't know if
for
I'm
long. After this, I don't think they'll be catching him in the street and
Crack cocaine.
no, somebody will catch him off the street and just
pull
wipe that
pull a
diamond off.
pull a Thanos on him.
Yeah, exactly. You know, 100%. somebody's gonna come over there and they wouldn't know who Lil Uzi is. If he goes in a tour in Europe, somewhere in the streets, he's walking, somebody sees him that doesn't know Lil Uzi Vert, bam.
But I don't know if you're familiar with him or anything, but like he always had like weird placing for piercings and whatnot. Like he has a piercing
like
on
what?
his eyebrows, on his lips. On
That's
his,
normal.
On his nose.
That's
on,
normal.
Like, weird places all over his face, you know?
So you're talking about only face. I thought you know more stuff than... Okay.
If I knew, then other people would have been discussing it right now, right?
No, but yeah, I don't.
Yo,
I don't know.
I hope it makes it... Never mind.
It makes what?
No,
What do you want it to make?
Never.
Okay.
I was gonna say a line that Kenzie would say, but
If you are, you know what? Just let's move on from this. I'm not.
Let's not entertain this more.
I'm against everything that happened there. The 24 million for a diamond, the fact
That's
that it's
not
on his
centered.
forehead,
This is
it's not in the center. I mean, all that is just wrong, bro.
But yeah, Jeff Bezos stepped down as a CEO of Amazon, and I don't know. I kind of find it kind of weird because last year
He only stepped down from
being
CEO.
the CEO, but
Yeah.
he's still the owner. Right?
He's still the owner, and he's in a position of he moved himself to a position of it's called executive chair.
Okay.
What does that do? I don't know.
Okay.
What executive chair? I think it's a made up position. I don't know.
I think as an executive chair, that's something even beyond the CEO. He would have the last saying. Whatever decision that really needs to be taken, the CEO would take it, but then it would pass by Jeff, and then he would go like, whether yes or no.
Alright, then why didn't he just stay a CEO?
No, because with the CEO, he would have to, there are more stuff to look at. As in employees and, more stuff. But there are, like, let's say the bigger decisions that they have to do or take for Amazon. That's where he comes in as an executive.
I think he just wants to like take a step back and spend his time being an evil. I don't know, bro.
But yeah, see, this is the thing that is kind of weird because so last year we've seen whom stepping down from Microsoft, Bill Gates, right?
No, but Bill Gates, okay.
For charity and for humanity. He stepped down to save humanity, right? And then you have Jeff Bezos, but I don't know what he's preparing, right?
But Bill Gates is too old to be an evil genius. I mean, Jeff Bezos is young enough to have some shit on his mind.
What? Bill Gates always been an evil genius. Having Microsoft, that's one of the most evil plans in the world. Once you download all those Office softwares on your computer, guarantee you're having viruses. You're gonna have a lot of stuff. But
yeah, I'm surprised Bezos didn't retire earlier. I mean, just why didn't you do that? But
exactly, the timing, it's kind of weird.
Since you're a conspiracy theorist believer, I have a fun fact for you. Around the same time that this news came out, which is last week, Amazon settled the lawsuit.
Okay.
For something close to $65 million. The lawsuit entailed the fact that they were skimming from the delivery guys' tips.
Okay.
Between 2016 and 2020.
Whoa,
Amazon
that's 4 years.
Amazon was skimming from their
employees,
from their tips.
Okay.
Because when you do the delivery, there's a delivery charge, and then there's the added tip that every customer adds for themselves. They were skimming off that for the past 4 years, and there was a big lawsuit that would probably, if it went through and it wasn't settled early, it would have cost Amazon way more than 65 million. Okay. So that case was settled for that amount of money.
After that,
and then around that time, Bezos stepped down.
I mean, man, look at this guy. Screamer, can you scroll up? Look at this guy. Yeah. He looks evil.
I don't think.
Tell me a character that doesn't look like this is not evil. Look at Lex Luthor. From Superman.
Makes sense.
I think he is Lex Luthor on Earth now. Bro, There's no character that looks like this and is not evil. I'm telling you. There's no person that looks like this and is not evil. And he's one of them. And I'm not gonna be surprised if he's not. He's one of the biggest.
Yo, if I'm Bezos, I wouldn't give a damn.
I know.
I don't give a damn how I look.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Even if I do look like a evil mastermind, yo, I'm the richest
mastermind ever.
Yeah, so say what you want.
Yeah.
Let's
Look at this guy. But yeah, see, that's another character.
He's not mini me, bro. He is not mini me. I take Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor,
huh?
Yeah.
Yo, anyway, what other topics do we have? One of the big people, or the biggest right now in this industry, is Joe Budden. And we all know that, right? And the blueprint that he's taking, the blueprint that he's putting out there for the people to follow, I think is something great.
Of course.
Because now, see, Joe Budden, he took himself and the Joe Budden podcast to Patreon. Patreon is a platform where artists create a page. You know what? It's the clean version of OnlyFans.
Okay.
This is what OnlyFans was supposed to be.
That's a very,
very
weird way to put it. But okay.
No, OnlyFans was, when it was first made, it was destined to be Patreon.
Okay.
Where you create your own profile
and then people
subscribe to your content that you put out.
Okay.
So what did Joe Budden do? He brought the whole Joe Budden podcast to Patreon with subscriptions. He added
was it the podcast or the whole network?
Yeah, the whole network,
okay.
the Joe Budden network to Patreon. Now this doesn't limit Joe Budden podcast because it's still available on every streaming platform. All right, but then the people that subscribe on Patreon, they get extra stuff. For example, like extra videos that the Joe Budden network would do, you know, over there, episodes, takes, or maybe a sit down or whatever with the artist.
And it's the show and some extra content.
Exactly.
Around that, okay.
On Patreon.
Okay.
And not that only. Joe Budden became the creative director, or I don't know what, on Patreon.
It's the head of creator equity.
Equity, yeah. Whatever does mean. But yeah.
You should know what it means.
Really? What does it mean?
I don't know, but you should.
But yeah, this guy.
What if we did? How much would you ask for membership?
For memberships?
Yeah. How many dirhams?
All right, let's down.
How many dirhams? Let's take it to dirhams, because.
All right. I think everybody would have 100 dirham to spare on a month, right?
Per month?
Per month.
Are you crazy?
No?
I won't pay 100 dirhams per month to watch us.
Okay. All right, you know what? 50 dirham. Come on.
That's even a lot. That's more than Netflix.
But I'm going to give you a lot of stuff.
That's more than Netflix, bro. Are you
gonna
going to give me more stuff than Netflix?
I'm going to give you merchandise.
Free?
Right? Yeah. Every month you get one merchandise. For example, one piece of a merchandise, whether it was a t-shirt or whatever it is.
Okay.
You're paying to get those extra stuff, right? So let's say I'll give you a merchandise. Once.
That's not. Okay.
Once every collection. That's good.
Once every collection.
Good.
Uh-huh.
And then I would have a sit down with anyone that wants.
Have a sit down.
A private sit down with anyone that wants. I mean, hey, let's talk.
Yeah, I'm already watching your show.
Yeah, but I mean, a more insight, stuff.
I'd say 10, 15 dirhams.
I would actually, you know what? Sit down with artists more and talk about music. It's too early it's not too early for him. He's out there. It's too early for anyone else.
Yeah, of course. You need
from the region.
You need a fan base.
Exactly. For people that are other podcasts, of course, over there are, hundreds of podcasts already on Patreon. And they would have people. But okay, let's talk about us. We don't have a fan base, or we don't have people that watch us week in, week out.
Yeah.
We have people that check us out, but maybe it's not on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Right? And this is something hopefully is gonna be, because we are exactly in the process.
Yeah, we're in the process. We're being consistent. It takes us time, and we're catching up. I mean,
And this is
we have more
where
and more,
the
yeah.
organic part is.
Of course, yeah.
It takes more time when it's more
But then the
organic.
good thing about Patreon is that you will be able to have full control
Yeah,
of your product. I mean,
exactly.
it's not, that's the issue with signing with
A
someone
deal.
like Spotify or
Yeah.
Apple, or that those are the preservations that you might have when it comes to that. But
Exactly. And plus, I remember that the final days of the Joe Budden podcast, you know, when I used to open the podcast, I used to get, what is it called? I used to get an ad of going to a similar podcast to the Joe Budden podcast. So they get your what is it called? Your podcast or whatever, you know, is, and they start moving it to other stuff also in their platform. So
it's-
they're more benefiting.
yeah, they're making
Spotify.
money. They're making money off of you, off of your talent. That's exactly what
Yeah.
he said. He said,
Oh.
yeah, for many years the record labels and the system that I come from tricked us into thinking they're doing us a favor by capitalizing from our talent
100%.
and basically loaning us money when all they're like, and that's been the standard the entire time, which is what you've been saying right now, is that the fact that they use your platform
Exactly.
to promote
Their stuff
their
that
stuff,
they're having.
and then
yeah. They have more numbers.
steer you
and,
to that direction, and then you're the one that's
We've always been the product.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I honestly, when if you would have told me how long has Joe Budden podcast been going on, 4 years?
No, it's more.
If you would have told
Yeah.
me after he went off from
Spotify.
after he quit rapping
Oh, okay.
and started going on remember when he went on Daily Struggle?
Yeah.
If you told me that this would be Joe Budden today,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen it.
See, this is the argument I've been having with people a lot lately.
I mean, I saw it when he was on Daily Struggle. That's when I started
that's when you
seeing
started
Joe
noticing
Budden.
Joe Budden.
Yeah. But
That's the thing. I've been following this guy since Twitter days, back in the days, way back. This guy was one of the best Twitter account, had one of the best Twitter account back in the days. You know? He was wilding out on Twitter.
yeah, he was a dog too. Like you'd see him.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
said eventually he took all of that and put it in one place. The podcast. You know? I've always known that this guy has something, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe it's not rap because
Yeah,
it
I
didn't work
didn't-
out for them.
Yeah, I did not see it in podcasts though.
Yeah, maybe.
In Daily Struggle,
But that's the thing. He's not. See, his podcast is not a podcast. On a modern day, it is a podcast. But if we go back to the term of a podcast, that's not how podcasts are, right? What we're doing right now is not really a podcast on YouTube and everywhere. It's not anymore, right? Podcasts have changed. And he's one of the people that really changed how we look at the podcast.
yeah.
Right?
I get you, yeah.
So it's more of a show nowadays, but
Yeah.
still called a podcast because it's still on audio platforms and such. But if we go back early days, way back, if you listen to I used to listen to podcasts that help me to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, that was the purpose of a podcast.
Podcasts are more, they were closer to audiobooks. And
Exactly, 100%. But now they're becoming more and more because people are they want something that, you know,
yeah,
kill the day
and people
with.
consume information differently now.
Yeah.
And like
True.
they're just going ahead of the curve and made it that way.
Well,
Yeah, can't wait to see what's coming more from this though.
yeah, I mean, Flamingos.
Patreon.
I would really open
15
a
15
yacht
dirhams,
session. Have a
15
yacht
dirhams per
session.
month.
Yeah, 5 dirhams a month to have a yacht session, you know, for example.
I would not pay for that.
Hey, let me know if somebody would do that. You know, I would create a page tomorrow. But yeah.
All right. Okay, so you started this podcast asking for a job. Now, all he can last episode was
asking for
like
stuff.
he was like protect your name. Now just pay some money just for me to come. You know, actually, I read a piece of news the other day that someone posted on, I don't know, some page like like those freelance jobs pages. He offered to to just join people on like be a friend basically,
Okay.
like for money.
And people?
Like I'll come hang out with you guys for money. And he's made good money.
See?
off of that.
This is what I've been trying to do.
خلاص لو الدنيا كبست just do that.
You know what? Actually, Uber in Europe, I think Uber or some other application, there is an option instead of a car or whatever else, you get a person who would walk with you home.
Oh yeah. People pay for company these days, huh?
Exactly. If you want company on Patreon, you got it. You got me.
You know what's the funniest thing that I heard recently from Riyad's friend that's offshore? Like he's not offshore anymore right now. That's why Riyadh seems a bit happier. He was like, imagine there's an app out there where you can just ask people to just tag along with you to go wash your car and just have conversations with them. And I'm not gonna lie, that's low-key like a pretty interesting idea, because you know when you're washing your car, you're just chilling and you just want to have that deep conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That honestly,
Exactly.
I wouldn't mind something like that, to be honest. Like I think that's pretty nice, you know.
I don't know. I always fail in this type of mission. Like I always end up dragging some dumbass with me that I end up having the weirdest conversations, and I cursed the day I came to this.
Okay.
Sometimes
So it doesn't always work out well.
But if you're getting paid or you're paying to do that,
Or imagine this app where you actually just mention the topics you're interested in and whatnot, and every time you just get a stranger and you just
right.
Why don't you just listen to a podcast, bro?
Thank you, Scream Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else do we have now? Social topics. Which one should we start?
We're being very social. There's no.
All right, fuck that. All right, I'm gonna open the mic for you this one. All right. Nah, you gotta go in. All right, guys. So let's say that. Let me see how I can put it in a nice way, in a delightful way.
Segue this first.
Yeah. So you go out on a date. let's say. So let's say you go out with this chick on a date.
Okay.
After the third date, after 2 dates, and hey, you're being a man. You're trash, right? Men are trash, right?
Okay.
You're being a man. You're on Tinder, still on Tinder, and you find that chick on Tinder too. How would you feel, first of all?
How would I feel? No,
see, you pull up the screen and you go like, damn. She's on Tinder and we've been on second date.
All right. So first of all, it's only the second date, and it's 2021.
Things
And
happen from the first date.
انت ذاتك you're on Tinder.
Okay. Yeah, but you're being trash. You're a
But
man.
men are trash. They can do it.
Yeah,
But women,
okay,
women
you know
are
what?
not trash. So
Your
don't do
boy
it.
comes to you and tells you, "Yo, I found that chick that you're going
I
out
wouldn't-
with on Tinder."
I wouldn't care, to be honest.
You wouldn't
It's-
care.
Second date is too early for you to actually be invested in any type of.
Oh.
Like, why do you catch feelings? Like second date? Like why
Are
would
you
you
going for the feelings or
why
are you
would-
going
why
for
would you
something
care?
else?
Honestly, I wouldn't be on Tinder for for the feelings.
Exactly. See, this is my point.
But I'm saying, no. Second, to answer your question, like 2 dates in,
2 dates in.
and I find out she's on a dating app, whether it's Tinder or anything, I wouldn't care.
So this doesn't mean that.
Honestly, the first 2 dates is fine. If anything, I don't want it to be intimate yet. Like I'll be creeped out if anything intimate happened within the first 2 dates.
What?
Yeah, if she holds my hand while
The
I'm
question
driving, I'll
is-
be like, yo, that's too soon, you know.
Bro, you met on Tinder. And after the second
Okay,
date,
don't say
you still-
Tinder, because Tinder is a bit shady these days. Just say a dating app.
All right,
Let's
you
not-
met her on a dating app.
Okay.
Yeah. But what are dating apps nowadays?
You could
Regardless,
have met her
We're-
somewhere today and also
we have
today
genuine
tomorrow.
intention. Huh?
You could have met her
All right,
somewhere
you
in
met
a
her
coffee shop.
anywhere in
Yeah.
this world.
Doesn't
All
have to be
right.
a dating app.
All
Yeah.
right. You met her anywhere in this world.
And discover
2
that.
dates in, and you found her on,
Yo,
dating
yeah,
app.
2 dates. 2 dates is too soon for you to actually like
Really?
think anything.
Is
yeah.
it too soon?
It's too soon.
It's way
Honestly, I
too
would
soon.
Three
say
dates.
All right, this is the question.
Timeline. Think about it.
This is
timeline-wise.
no. This is what
What
I. Yeah.
mentality are you going in?
It's
with those
either
dates?
it's either you take it through timeline, like how many weeks or months, or
Nah.
how many dates.
You guys are taking it too deep. But
No,
this
no, it's not too deep.
Uh-huh.
Let's just give it a maximum. Like, how many dates does it need for you to actually see that as something, or for you to feel differently about it?
Do you want to see something in that, or you just want to
If-
go to bed?
No, when would it be?
That's what I'm asking.
No, you don't get me. I'm saying, instead of saying you're 2 dates in and you see that, how many dates would it take for you to actually see that as something weird?
Okay, how many days should you see that?
I don't know. Screen man, what do you think?
What?
Honestly, I'm standing by this. The whole thing depends on the timeline.
And what's your timeline?
What's your timeline?
Like, honestly, I'm gonna say,
how many days does it take you till you say that you fucked up?
oh, like I'm saying if this is serious or not. Probably fifth date, sixth date,
Fifth date.
somewhere around that.
And
like
if you're just gonna end up with her in bed, and that's it, it's done for the day. You guys, you know that both sides, right? How many dates you would say that you said, I messed up? It would need 2 dates.
bro, I think
2
the-
dates.
Yeah,
Believe me,
bro. The thing
just
is,
2
it depends
dates.
on the intention of the person.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
so-
both sides.
Safir, no, Hassan, no.
What about you, Awab? What about you, Awab?
How long it would take?
All right, let's take it both sides. If this is how you guys want to do it, till okay, you build feelings, and you guys maybe one day have kids. On how many dates do you consider yourself you fucked up if you find her on a dating app? If you guys
It
are,
doesn't have to be fucked up. I could be the person that's on the dating app too, you know. So it doesn't have to be.
that's why men are trash. But
yeah.
I'm asking Awab right now. But yeah,
10 dates,
for real feelings, 10 dates.
Yeah. Fact.
Wow.
Fact. Yeah.
if not longer.
Okay. All right. And the other side, how many dates?
I don't know. I honestly didn't understand the second
I
part.
think
I
it's
think,
2
I think the
dates.
question needs to be rephrased.
No.
Yeah,
I
what
think,
was-
I think it's 2 dates. For you, if you guys know what you want out of this.
Yeah, and it takes you 2 dates to decide whether
No.
you're gonna keep going with this.
No.
What was the second part? I didn't get it.
Tinder. Dating app. You guys met on the dating app to know what to do.
Okay.
How many days?
Till you figure out that it's not gonna happen
Exactly.
when it's just like basically
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
First or second. Yeah.
First date to me.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you very
second,
much.
second. I'll
Second.
I'll give it a shot.
And how would you feel?
I'll let it
How would
slide.
you feel?
عادي.
Adi.
Adi?
I'm actually
Yeah.
okay with it. We already
Yeah,
both of us know what's going on.
No, because it's at the end of the day, it has to be something that's on like
Both sides.
both sides and clear. Like if your intentions are just
Yeah,
Purely-
communication is key at the end of the day.
you have to communicate what your
Of course.
intentions are. And if it's not that, then khalas, no need to waste time.
Yeah. Second
But
date
if
isn't
you-
even needed.
Second date. So 2 dates. That's why I asked 2
No,
dates.
from the first date, maybe if you guys discuss it early enough,
is-
maybe the second date might not be needed, you know.
Now
Yeah.
this question took another turn, but see, this is where I asked you 2 dates to figure out
Yeah,
how
2
would you
dates.
feel. How would you feel after that?
2 dates,
if you still
I-
find her on a dating app.
Yeah, 2 dates.
You don't mind.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say you fucked up.
There's always
No, I
There's
wouldn't say I
always
fucked
one-
up.
Wait, wait. There's always
the
one.
next one, bro.
I wouldn't say no.
You wouldn't, huh?
No.
All right. Moving on to the next one that you can ask.
What? I don't even know what I'm supposed to ask right now. All right. What? There's sleep paralysis.
Any topic would sound wrong right now. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Since I don't know who brought this up, but you brought it up. All right, Scream Man one at some point of some week. I don't know. Was it last week? Scream Man asked a weird ass question: "Is do you know what sleep paralysis is?
Yeah.
You ever had it?
I remember having one. Yeah. That I
Like
really
one-
couldn't.
One experience.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was really terrible. It's really.
Were you
was-
terrified? Were you scared?
I had to call my mom.
How did you call your mom? You were
No, after that I was okay. You know, it's just that I woke up and I felt like I couldn't talk. I just couldn't talk for quite some time. Now, I don't know how many minutes. I don't know if that what it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
give or take.
couldn't feel. I couldn't talk for some seconds or so.
Do you know? Do you know what the explanation behind it is? Like, there's a scientific explanation behind it, and there's a
Fucked up one.
khalat. There's a kharimbarim explanation to it, and it's not a kharimbarim. Like, it's another different explanation to it. They say it's
the Flamingos podcast.
شنو? What's the name of المهم جني.
Okay,
or
okay.
shaitan.
It's a jinn.
That's basically holding you
All right.
or keeping you from moving.
It explains it because during that time I was on some terrible stuff.
and yeah, and they say that
And I used to do terrible stuff at that time.
yeah, and they say that it happens when you're not like
Close to God.
yeah, you can
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah,
can-
it kind of explains
say
it
so.
because during that time I officially graduated from school, you know, and you know every person when he
كنت
first
صايع، صح؟
goes, he
طبعاً.
goes to university. You know, the first year, it's not really you trying to know what's a university. You trying to explore life.
Mhm.
You know? So I was kind of exploring.
were-
Have you ever encountered it though?
Wallah. I have, yes. Actually, a lot.
Anything during the recent times?
That's why there's a scientific explanation to this. I refuse to believe I'm doing this much bad
What
shit.
is that scientific explanation though?
I don't know, bro. I don't want to say some
okay.
stuff that's
Okay.
that's gonna be wrong.
But let me ask you guys a question, right? Do you feel like, because I've never had it personally, so do you feel like there's something that you went through that led up to that, or was everything good in your life, or was everything bad in your life? What were you exactly going
See,
through?
it doesn't have you being good in your. It's how close you are between you and.
I don't.
Right?
Let's just
No,
talk,
it's not
let's just
that.
talk from a
It's not
scientific
that.
point of view and like
Yeah.
that, like a spiritual.
How about you search that on Google on what happens?
How would you know? It happened to me so many times that at some point I got used to it. Like I don't panic when it happens.
that?
No, like I
He would sit down. You done? Okay, now.
Wallahi, wallahi,
I'm used to it.
like I remember the last time or two it happened to me. I'd wake up, I try to move.
Ya Allah,
and
just
it's
another
about-
day.
Ya Allah, tani. You know what? Let me go back to sleep.
It'll go away.
Yeah, I'll be fine. But yeah, the scientific. Thank you, Screen Man, for this. But some of the scientific causes for it are insomnia, disrupted sleeping patterns, jet lag because of jet lag, and narcolepsy, panic disorders. So
Do you face any of those?
PTSD. Okay. Maybe, I don't know.
Do you have insomnia, anxiety?
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Right, that was a very helpful
We could
information.
have done that before the episode. You know that,
Yeah.
right, Scream Man? Thank you very much.
All right, people. So sleep paralysis is not because of gym,
Yeah.
and not because you did something bad in your
Exactly.
life. Okay.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Local. As a reminder, also, on the 8th or 9th, on the 9th of February, we're going to be having.
which is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow from the release of the episode. Fire in the Booth. The final act, Freak. This is something that I've been personally waiting for.
Yeah, honestly.
No pressure, but
Wallahi, Freak. And this is a message to Freak. ما تخزلنا عليك الله.
no, it's been fire. It's been fire so far.
No, Freak's always been fire.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
and
been
there's
representing.
this. Like I wanted to be fire so bad that, you know,
Now, see, yeah. And I think this is
like
going
I
to
wanted to be the best one,
open for the other topic that we have also.
which is
Freak is one of the few artists that really represent the soul of this country.
that's true.
Or see the kids, you know, of us, how our lives were when we were kids in this country, right?
Yeah, I mean he's one of the people that has a unique sound for this region.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, if anyone from anywhere came and told me what like UAE sound, I
You
directly
put it
go to
at
Freak.
Freak, right?
Yeah.
But then, what is it for the other artists, right? So I went into the chatty house,
The chat house.
yeah, today, and there was actually a very interesting talk between people that are what is it called, involved in the industry over here in the country, and it was something that is beautiful actually to see, right?
Okay.
That group of people sitting down and really talking about that. And it's all about, how can it
How do we move the scene forward?
exactly over here
Yeah, it's an interesting chat.
in the chatty house?
I don't know, chatty house. Wallahi, Twitter. but yeah, in the chatty house, it's an interesting conversation, and the participating people in it are people that have
Quite influencing over here.
Yeah, so it's good to have that.
But
To
what
have
do you
that
think? What do
conversation
you
happen.
guys think about
Chatty house.
the sound? No,
Okay,
the sound
okay.
or the people over here, the artists. This is something that we've talked about more than once, also, right? Over here, and I mean, in my involvement over there is just that I mentioned that there's not a lot of media outlets, in the country or even in the region as an overall
Okay.
that focuses on what artists do. No, see, you know what? In the region there is, but in the country, in UAE, there's not a lot of what do UAE artists do. Now, also, the things that would help media is that the consistency. Of course, there's something that everybody agrees on, that artists in the country are not consistent, right? But why is that? Why do you guys believe that artists are not consistent over here?
Why I believe artists are not consistent is because it's not because of one big, contributing reason. It's a lot of small things that come together as a big hindering part to them being consistent. Like you have a high cost of living, for example.
Okay.
People making music does not generate profit. Does not generate enough profit here for you to maintain your life.
But for you as an artist that is over here, don't you think that you generating profit is the last thing that you should start thinking of?
No, but you need to eat, bro.
Have a 9 to 5.
But then this
Yeah,
is
but-
exactly what Riyadh is going back to, which is the whole people that are distributing the music.
First of all, my name is Yad, but yeah.
But then this is what YAD is speaking about, like the whole, like the people in the back that are actually like provide, like sponsoring the artists and whatnot to provide them with all the necessities to go on instead of the artist actually needing a 9 to 5. Like I think if the artist did not need the 9 to 5 as much because of the cost of living here, like the consistency will be a lot more.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing.
Like this is a small factor, but it affects
Even,
the person, right?
even that you don't see there is enough response. You don't see that you can do it because you have a 9 to 5. Then you don't have that enough passion or drive for it.
That's not just it. You can talk about it as one aspect or one side of it, but there are many aspects to it. It's not just you having to work the 9 to 5. It's okay. Let's say you quit your job. How long will you need for you to start doing this full time to the point where you start generating enough profit for you to actually have a
Don't
roof
quit
on?
your job. Don't quit your job.
It's
But
not-
just stay up extra hours to do what you like or what you want. That would make you break out later on. This is where
All
the
right.
passion is.
But then you do realize some
Let's
people
say-
work till
let's say
9
you
PM,
do-
10 p.m., 11 p.m.
So what?
All right, regardless of that, let's say you have your 9 to 5, you're working your job, you're coming back home, working on your music, everything's fine, you have
Yes.
you have the right balance.
100%. And
You're
we have
putting
one
out-
person that over here in the country that does that. And we had an interview with him. Kafu.
Yeah.
He does a regular 9 to 5 and he does his music.
Yeah, but okay, you have the music deliverer that's doing their 9 to 5 and everything's fine with that. After all that, how long would it take for you pursuing that? I mean, that's me saying it's not just one aspect. It's the aspect of there's not enough platforms to support.
Exactly. See,
That
that's then.
there's not.
If you're still if you're doing that 9 to 5, and then what you said, and then putting out work on a frequent basis, right? That's then it gets the job where I mentioned earlier is that media and stuff, right?
Okay.
But artists aren't doing that from the start over here. They don't do that consistency part. You know, artists are easy to quit. Over here, especially. People, podcasts. How many podcasts we know of that started and after a while stopped? You know?
Okay.
Right? People don't have that drive or passion in what they do. Also.
Nah.
That's what I kind of, you know,
I still
lean
think
to
you
also.
I still think you saying it's the lack of drive and passion
That's a strong statement to.
yeah,
people,
it's not a fair one, to be honest. I mean, you do have artists that work and do produce music consistently and still not able to make it.
True.
So I'm
That's
still.
why they have to understand also the business of music that they're doing.
That's also another part is most artists don't even understand the business side of the music. So you have the consistency, you have the lack of support from media platforms, you have the absence of knowledge that comes into it. You have way more other factors. You don't have enough events, venues
For them.
you don't. There's no fan base for that.
See,
I mean, when
this
you
is the
compare
thing.
that,
A fan base will come.
no. Still, even if you think about a fan base, people compare blowing up here to blowing up in the States. It's not
You
comparable.
shouldn't. Exactly.
You have 70, 80. How many people live in the States? 328 million. Goddamn, 70 million. This Sudandi. Anyways, you have 300 million people living in the States. You have one song that blows up from one city that has
It's
a
gonna
city
make-
like New York
Yeah.
that has 10 million people living in it, that spreads to other states, to other, and then you have 70, 80 million views.
But then, yeah.
And
also,
then that alone on YouTube generates enough for you to quit your
income,
job
that's
and
true. That's true.
and catch some traction. In UAE, it's way less than that.
30, 25 million?
The population in
Less?
UAE is way less than that.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
12, 13 million.
Yeah.
How many people listen to music, like the
But then,
The music
this
in the
means
scene.
that when you start making music over here, your target shouldn't be the people in the country only.
who's okay? You're
Right?
you're gonna aim for the region.
But then, like, I think it's,
Aim for the region.
As an artist,
Aim for the whole region. Start working with other artists in the region.
I understand. But then, for you to gather everyone's attention, is that you need to gather your own people's attention first.
True.
Come from, and then from there develop. Like, for example, like I want an artist to discuss about going to Karaktumina and whatnot before him aiming at other artists from different regions. You know.
It's not the
It's
Also-
step by step. It doesn't happen within a day and night. It's consistency like leads up to that. You know.
Yeah, but see, this is a never-ending topic, right?
there's another thing that I wanna lead into. Like, even we've talked about the hoops and hurdles that are stopping, and like, let's say you go through, you're consistent, you're getting media coverage, everything's going fine for you, like socially, and like you're getting played on radio, for example. You go to the next step, which is where the big bucks come from, which is concerts and touring and all that.
Yeah.
You have that. You're gonna start, let's say, at festivals. Festival number 1, you go ahead. A year, second year, third year. The problem that I want to get to is that the fact that as soon as you get to the stage where a certain venue or a certain event that happens that supports the local art, that gets better yearly, or that gravitates more people towards it, a year or two from it starts commercializing.
Oh, okay.
It
Start
starts
diverting to
it starts ignoring what's
over here.
and then bringing the big bucks artists. Like, if you take I don't want to mention any names, but like we see that with a lot of
events
events that happen.
But to a certain extent,
there's no specific place that stays relevant
100% for local artists.
Yes. There's no, where would you go?
Yeah.
Al-Hin, you as Yad, where do you go to find new artists?
There's maybe only 1 or 2 events that happen per year that are solely for local artists, and that's it.
Yeah, the grind for you to get somewhere is rigorous. If you take someone like, let's say, take someone like Mo Flow, top artist in UAE, he's been in and out of open mics, events. He was everywhere. It takes a
whole grind.
If that doesn't if you go through that and it doesn't break you, you're meant to be worldwide. Even more than whoever is at the States, because it's a lot of shit to go through. It's a lot of hoops and hurdles to jump through.
I mean, whatever it is that we might think of, for the artists right now, even if it doesn't work out for this generation, it can always apply and help the next ones.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
I think the steps that we're making today is going to be better for
the next ones coming.
Yeah,
right.
10,
because
15 years from now.
Yeah,
I mean, for example, the podcast. We're starting. We started. We had double-digit views.
Yeah.
Per week when we started, and we're getting better. We're catching on. Someone's gonna come after us. That's motivated by what we did. Inshallah, hopefully, that's gonna push
better,
more.
Maybe exactly.
Yeah. You never know. You might have someone that has more influence than us.
Yeah.
That gets inspired by us and starts putting our people on the map. That's at the end of the day. That's what we want to do. We want to have
a certain way for who's next.
It's not. And we'll see. Time will tell where this takes us. But I really hope something comes out soon.
Let's see. UAE to Mars. Do you guys want to discuss that? UAE is going to Mars. Anyway, next topic.
No, UAE reached Mars, bro.
Oh, they reached Mars?
They reached the whole probe is now circling the atmosphere on Mars. Throughout its gravitational pull, and it's basically collecting
data.
Yeah, it's
doing what? Just doing a baseline survey where they're collecting data, knowing the oxygen levels, hydrogen level, and so on.
Look at this guy, top of his class.
Or not.
Thank you very much. That was our forecast space. I don't know, whatever news from Scream Man.
Do you think at some point we'd be living in Mars? Not us, I mean us as humans.
We paved the way for the next generation.
No, don't. Yeah, but let's make some predictions at least.
Nope, I don't think so.
Really?
This is the whole point of the study right now, right? To know whether the thing is why they're doing all of the studies.
We
is to know
couldn't.
whether the human body is going to be able to adapt to that or not. Because don't forget, us as humans, we evolve.
يعني هسه عايز تقول لي دقيقة.
Yeah.
They never sent
a monkey,
people to Mars. Yeah.
A dog or
and
a cat.
Like,
just go.
You never know.
Let's see what happens.
Honestly, you never know.
I just throw them out the window. If they have windows, I don't know.
Somebody from the animal.
They could throw a human for all I care. I mean,
but nah. See,
I would have been curious.
We still couldn't reach or live in the moon. I don't think
the moon has no atmosphere though.
It doesn't. But we didn't create even what is it called? Those.
That's expensive though.
Houses and stuff on the moon.
Yeah, but you have
stuff.
oxygen on Mars, and plants can actually survive in Mars. And plants need oxygen to survive.
How much would the ticket cost?
And there's water. Huh?
How much the ticket would cost to Mars?
I don't know.
How about you just check right now the tickets from here to the States? And then get back to you.
Exactly. How much would a ticket?
Step out of 10, buddy.
Exactly. But yeah. Oh man. Anyway, I think this is everything for today, right?
Yep.
That was everything. The Flamingos podcast. Minus one. Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode of the Flamingos podcast. And before that, I'm gonna be mentioning the songs that we're gonna be playing today are we have 2 picks. The first one is gonna be a song that will be released by. It's off a full project from Untitled that be going or coming out.
It's actually his debut project.
His debut project.
It'll
it's gonna
be out
called,
on the 12th.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Eden.
Yep.
And I got a song from him over here. But yeah, I have a song from him that I'm gonna be playing. It's called
the name Eden is something I'm.
You mean the name of the album?
Yeah, I'm the album that's gonna drop.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why Eden, like where.
We're gonna get him maybe. Let's get him
Is
on
it?
a call.
Yeah,
Explain himself.
I'm gonna ask him. Yo, why Eden?
Why Eden? Yeah, I'm gonna be playing the song "Keep My Head Up." It's off the project, and I hope everybody likes it. And there's also a song by Nightlight, featuring what is it called? Featuring Is the Bully.
MashaAllah.
I don't do my homework, huh? Yeah, the song is called Gorillas.
Gorillas.
And this is everything for this week. And I hope everybody stays safe. I hope you have a good week. I hope you had a good week. And if you like the content, I'm going to remind you every week. Push it, share it, do whatever with it.
Yo, why don't you get some Gorilla Glue? Or not, or an equivalent to have that shit under control for.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get rid of that soon. But yeah,
Okay,
if that's a really concern over here,
I'm just saying, bro, I'm just asking.
I'm looking out for a brother.
Cross my mind.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all.
This was everything from the Flamingos podcast. Everybody out there, shout out to everybody out there, everybody that is grinding, everybody that's doing everything that they need to do to stay alive nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
Stay safe. And I have to bring I think I have to bring this back. Stay sanitized. You know? Don't know what? Tell me.
I don't think you should ever use
Stay sanitized?
Stay sanitized.
No, bro. Let people stay sanitized. Stay clean, you know? And don't spread if you're infected with the virus, don't spread it. Stay home. You know? Stay safe. And keep everybody safe around you. This was the Flamingos podcast. This is Yad.
Kenzie on the mic. It's still weird. We need to find new.
We need to find a sub for this.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is the Flamingos podcast. No Kenzie. This is Yad.
And a whoop.
And peace.